Hello and welcome to another Nikomedia tutorial. So I got a question from the Facebook group and how I made this title image which we have here. So this one here. And yeah, this is not really hard to do. This is just a volume builder. But I will show you how you do this. Maybe this will be a shorter video, but I think it's not boring because I'll show you how you can colorize the volumes, and maybe we do a little more, we will see. Yeah, and I would say let's do this. I made this picture of course in Octane, but this is also possible in physical render, so maybe I will show both ways here. Okay, so let's start. What we need is just a cube. So let's make a cube. Whoops. Let's make the cube a height of 40 or something else. Wonderful. Best cube ever. Good. Then put this cube in a volume builder and volume measure. Meanwhile, I think you know I have made here a small script which makes both for me, so I don't have to make volume builder first and then put the builder in a measure, blah blah blah. So, and set this for now to 2 so that we have a quite quick response here. So and later on when we have our result, we will go down with this number. So we have this. Now we need a shader field. So into the shader field I've put in a noise and make the noise quite big. First I set it to world and make it quite big like this. Okay, now I drag the shader field into the volume builder as well here. We can make it from outside, so maybe it's easier, so we can easier change here or something. So let's put the shader field over our cube here, and then in the field we have to say from creation space from box to objects below. So we see this is not really what we want. We have to use here not the signed distance field, we have to use the fog here. And you see that looks much more interesting. And in the shader field now I'm taking other noise. For something like this crazy noises, I like to use the displaced paranoia here. You see that looks quite nice. And if I want even more cuts here, I go here to the cycles and go here to 2. You see that looks interesting. And now let's go through the seeds or play with the seed until we have something we really like. Everything looks nice here, I think. But let's find something I really like. So that looks nice. Imagine that we get more fine things here when we go down with the number, with the voxel size. So yeah, well, as I said, it look all nice. Oh, I think this could be a nice one. Let's go a little further. But we can change this whenever we want, so yes, as long as we are in the volume builder, of course, but later we have to make this editable. But if you're not satisfied with this result, simply make it new, so because this is not a lot of work. I will come on, I want to see one where I say, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's simply me. I'm not. It's not easy for me to take something where I say that's it. Okay. This could. I'm sure I find something I like. Yeah. I go with this one. No. I go with this one. Okay. Now that's it. So now I go with the volume builder here and set this to something like 0.5. As I said, slower the number is a nicer result you will get, but as long as the volume builder needs to calculate, of course. 0.5 should be fine here, so let's go. And wait a little bit, so this has to calculate, of course. And with NA I can hide the, and yeah, that looks good. But of course, when I make a final render or something else here, I would go down to 0.4, 0.3 or something else. But for now, for the tutorial, this is totally okay, I think. The next thing is I make the volume measure editable. So I say current state to object. You can right click current state to object here, or I have it here in my toolbar. This needs again a little bit, but not all too long. So ready, and now we can hide this here. And we have this, and this should be quite responsible. You see, this is good to work. So the next step is we need colors for this. First of all, we have a height of 40 on our thing. So let's bring this on the floor. I'm gonna go to 20 up here. So, okay. Nice. And I want to start the render with Octane, so I bring in my Octane rig, of course. In this case I want the background, a quite dark background, something like that. And in the HDRI I use my favorite here. This is the Nature Lab here. And set it. Oops, no, this is the power. The power is, see it on here, so something like that. Okay. Then we need black and gold colors. So with NQ I can hide the texture, so we can see everything. Don't need the texture here in the viewport. And in the render setting I go to my Octane render and set this to 16 by 9 for this one. Okay, should be fine. And now with Shift F2 I bring up my material manager, and I need, as I said, a black material and a gold material. So first I make the black material here. This is a universal material for me here. Let's go back to here I have to note it. And in the albedo I bring in RGB, quite black thing, and I want it roughness, something like that. Should be rough enough. So okay, and put this on my volume measure. What we get is, of course, now this object black. So let's see. And it needs a little, because we have a lot of polygons here, but we have here our thing. It's maybe not really rough enough here, so go again to here, so, and yeah, that looks better for me. Now comes the part with the gold. First of all, what we need is here a vertex map. So I can restrict the area where we have gold material and we have a black material. So I go to my volume measure here, right click other tags and bring in a vertex map here. So I bring it down to here. It doesn't matter where it is, but for me it's easier here. And now in the vertex map I say please use fields. And in the fields I don't need the freeze. And I need here a box field. So I click on the box field and we see, looks nice. First in the remapping I in offset bring up to 100, so 100. What did I do here? Did something. In the settings, I simply go Control C, Control C. So okay, bring the box field in again. Why I have it now like this? Uh, now it works. Okay. Why? I don't know, but okay, now the inner set again, bring it to 100. Perfect. See, we have now everything what is red will be later on black. So I go to the field and make this a little smaller, let's say 98 and 98. So this is a little thicker now. And now we have 98, so we had a cube of 200, 240. You see, we have half. So that means when 50, and when we use the 50, we go down. So we have 40, so the half would 20, and then let's go to 18. And that looks great. So the next step is I bring in a gold material. I have here one in my material pack. Here you get patron can download this pack. And here I have real metal, and here I have a gold metal. This is a physically correct gold, and go in the gold material. The physical correctness is in the IOR here. You see these values. And to restrict this gold material, I use the vertex map we built. So in the opacity, I bring in a vertex map and drag in my vertex map here. So, and now I drag the gold material onto here. And that should do the trick. When we render this now, ta-da, we have this great thing here going. And it looks really nice. Maybe let's go a little closer here. So, okay, for me this is a little too thick here. So let's go to the vertex map, to the box field, and simply make the box field here. Let's go to 19 here. Let's see what we get. Yeah, that looks much better. I want just a film over it, this thing film. And I do the same one here, 99 and 99. So we should get on the edges as well, and then let's see what we get. Yeah, that looks great now. And to make it a little more fine details, a little more details, we can simply go to the black materials, and I will save this first. So downloads and the temp volume builder fun. Everything is fun. Good. And now on the black material I put on top a little bump or something else. So let's go a little closer. So, and go to the bump map and bring in a noise. Set it to world, and here let's say I want a Naki noise, and you see it looks a little weird here. It looks not correct. This is because we don't have a UV mapping, of course, on this. So we have to go to our material, and you see this sets to UV mapping, and we don't have a UV map here. So let's set this to cubic, and that should give us a more interesting thing. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, we have a nice thing. How does the seamer look here? It's just for fun. Da, 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 da. Okay, it's interesting, but not really what I wanted to do. So maybe, no, but dark here for me is quite nice. Maybe electric. It's interesting too, but I stay with Naki. Okay, this is the octane version thing. You see that it's really nothing. And of course, if you make in the volume builder, if you make the voxel size here smaller, you get more detail in the gold. But you can also put on the gold here a little bump here, so noise here, and set it to world. Of course, we have to set the gold then as well to box here, also cubic. And here in the noise I want dense. This is very small, dense. And we put this on top of this. We should get even more. I cannot really see it here, but you of course will get more detail in this. Let's see if I can go even closer here. It reacts not really quick here because we, as I said, we have a lot of segments, a lot of polygons here. Let's see if we can see that. That make it dense. 10. Maybe we see then more. Yeah, now you see definitely we have something. We can of course put in here a little roughness as well. So let's go to flow texture and give this a little roughness. Let's go back to some okay, and we get a really nice thing here going. Yeah, and what I did, of course, what I did here is put a little depth of field on top of each of everything, and you're good to go. Let's make this with depth of field. So let's use camera. Yeah, I know. Okay. Camera, whoop. Octane tag. Zack. Depth of field. Sorry. Now I need you again for the focus. I could make the focus here as well, so it's the same when you put this focus here and it clicks somewhere. It makes the focus now on this, and let's go to the aperture, so 5 or something. Again to the focus. Let's see the. I have the autofocus on. This is not important. No, come on, the focus should be here. Okay, now that works. Maybe a little more in the front. Yeah. Okay, only 3, so we get less. Okay. Sorry for the phone call. So, but you see, okay, that works. But you don't have to make this with the focus. You can also go to the camera here and use this eyedropper here. And if you click with the eyedropper somewhere here, you see that it does the same here. You don't have to make it. Let's see, we are here now on 3.6. When I go to the top here, 3.18.6. But it should change something normally. So go to back here, 3.18.6. And it goes always back. Maybe because I have it activated here. Let's see why this is so. Normally it should be the same when I do it here or here. So let's go to the, make it a little more obvious here. So I go here to 10. give us a lot of depth of field normally. Yep. Now I see I want to focus here in the front. You see, I'm here in the front now, but it should do the same when I deactivate here the focus and I go in the camera, and let's say I go now to the back here. No, that does not change it. That's a little weird. Do I really have to do it? But the physical render, of course, this with the eyedropper works. This is, but in Octane it seems I have to do it here. Yeah, but that doesn't matter. This isn't that important. Good. And now let's do this in the physical render. So we delete here the Octane Rig. Bye bye. We can delete these two guys here. Bye bye. And this is the same like in Octane now. We make two materials. I make a black material, also a dark material in this case. Make it a little more rough here. 25 or something else. So, okay, this is the black material. First, let's bring in a low GI version. I want to do it here with GI because I want this shadows on the floor, so just contact shadows. In the middle GI, so let's go to here to the low GI. Output 20, so that I have 16.9, okay. But take this to 80, okay. Ambient occlusion, yeah, in this case, yes. Because we have very detailed things, and for this the ambient occlusion could be nice. But GI makes these shadows as well, but we can test it simply. So good, we have this. Then I bring in my scene rig, of course, and here I do the same. The background on, yep, and make the background quite dark, so something like that. Yeah, that should be fine. And in the HDRI, what a surprise! We bring in the natural lap buck. Okay, perfect. Let's make a test render here. Whoops. I think the render is quite quick. Yep. I'm not entirely sure why. Of course I am sure, because we have this material here. I make a selection that does not exist, so this material will be invisible. So we get this black material. Okay, we have this this grain here, of course, because we have a very low settings, and again we have here the roughness. Physical render doesn't really like the roughness. You see, that looks better here. Let's go with this for now. And yeah, now we make a gold material. Here, gold material is very easy to make. We make here, we don't need color. We go to the reflectance channel, CGGX, average. I make here almost no roughness. Then I go to Fresnel to conductor to have a metal, and here we have gold. And this we drag now on this guy here. We make the material, and here we do the same. We go to the viewport. You see, now we have just gold, which looks very nice, huh? And we go in instead of opacity, here it's the alpha channel. Go effects, and down there we have vertex map, so I don't have to go up here. Here we have the vertex map, and here we drag in our vertex map, and we should have the same thing like before. You see, and it renders quite quick. So now we can test, of course, here in the render settings, how does it look without ambient occlusion. It will be brighter a little. See here it's brighter. I want here an ambient occlusion. And here exactly the same. We can make here a bump map in the black material to bring in some more details. So go to the noise, world, about 200, and bring in the Naki, and we should get some additional noise on top. If this is not enough for us, let's go up to 100 here. See it in the preview. Now we have a lot of noise, which looks great here. And yeah, and of course you have to be here when you use the noise and so you have to be in the cubic mapping, but we just deleted the materials before, so the material tags were already here and they were set on cubic, so we have still the cubic map. Yeah, so it's here, and yeah, let's try how long this is with a quite nice render. So let's go to the render settings, make a middle GI, 20, go here, 80, okay, current is okay, make here render. I think that should render quite quick. So. And that doesn't really matter because this is a still, so doesn't matter if it needs an hour. I think it needs an hour, so what else? So, but you see, we get a really nice thing. And yeah, here we could go even on high, and on high I think we would have a render time of about 20 minutes maybe, but we have then a really nice still here. And yeah, this is this one here. And now I want to show you how you can kind of colorize your volume builders in another way, but with the vertex maps. And this could be quite handy sometimes. So yeah, we see it that works, so that's great. I will save this as we can save this as PR, so I save this as fun PR, so I can give you both of the project files for patrons. And this is this one now, and let's hide this whole thing here. Whoop, whoop. Just to show you a different thing. We can do this in physical render, this is no problem. And now let's make we don't need any render, make here nothing. Let's make a cube. I want to show you just a way to colorize your volume builders and something else. Let's say we want to put this two in a colorizer, also in a volume builder. Let's make this two. So okay, here you see the circle looks a little weird, but we can go on the circle, and here we have the perfect primitive. Now that's okay, and bring it in one smoothing here. So, okay. Nice. And now let's say I want to make this editable, and I want to have the sphere another color as the cube, and here they should yeah, they should come together here. So good. So let's make here current state to object. Now we can hide this. Oopsie. Now we simply make two different vertex maps, one for the cube and one for the sphere. So go here. Let's make here other text vertex map. In this vertex map again we say use fields, please, and here I drag in, let's say this is the vertex map for the sphere. Okay, drag in the sphere and set it to surface. Now we have a vertex map for our sphere. We can come down here, you see something like that. Could be fine. And then we make another vertex map. I copy this simply, bring it up. So delete it and name this cube. And in this field I drag in the cube, of course. What a surprise. Cube, set it to surface, and nice. Make it here 10 as well. So I don't see this 15. Of course, as more resolution you have here, as more subdivisions, as better the result will be. And now simply make two materials. So let's make. Oops, I hate this one. I make here two materials. One is the cube. One is the sphere. So here a green material, let's say so. And in the green material in the alpha channel I bring in the vertex map for the cube. So this is the cube here, yep. And here I make another color, let's say a yellow one. Alpha vertex map, and this is to the sphere. No, come on, sphere. And now bring in the cube, bring in the sphere, and you have your. And you see they go in each other, so that it really is a nice gradient here. And of course you can make this as a third one, so make another sphere here. But then of course we have to make this uni-editable, but you can imagine, make another sphere here on top, name it sphere 2, make a vertex map for it, and chuck. And so you can colorize quite nice your volume builder. So let's go again here in the and go a little down to, let's say, 8 here. Oh, this is the cube, I don't know. Cube to 10, and the sphere to 8 or something like that. Or to 5. And let's see what we get here. So, yeah, however you want it, so it gets nice. Of course, this would work as well for if you simply want to subtract the sphere from this would work as well. So then the subtracted part will be yellow in this case. And so you can make really nice things here going. So, but let's do one other thing here. It's fun. Let's say you want here, as I said, we want to extract the sphere from the cube, subtract the sphere from the cube, okay, something like that. Let's bring the sphere a little more inside here, make it smaller and bring it more inside. So something like that. Okay, current state object. We can hide this, and we do the same again now with the vertex maps. So make a vertex map here, other text, vertex map. Again, make one for the cube. Cube, not cube, cube. So, and go fields. Freeze, don't need it. So, cube. Surface, let's say 10. And you see it already. We have the other side here. In this case, we wouldn't even need to make a second one if we want to just colorize this. Because when we put in here a green color and a yellow color, if we put the yellow color into here and in the green one we say vertex map, so you see we have the inside yellow and the other one green, exactly what we want. And if we don't want this big thing here, so let's 5 here, 8, something else. Maybe you can play here with the curve. I'm not the curve genius here, but let's see what we can do here. Yeah, you see now you get a sharper thing here. So no, come on. So something like that. Now you have it measure there. And we could make here now. I'm not sure if we can do this. So the yellow one, okay. If we make here on the yellow one a gradient, and let's say we want this 3D spherical. And you see it? That looks quite nice here. And so on. So you can really play with this forever. NQ, oh no, N8. Look at this. And we should even be able to animate this thing here. But I think not over the material deck. No, you're not. This would be a little more complicated, I think, to animate this. Maybe we could animate. Yeah, this is just, it goes through. Yeah, so like this here. It's in it. But yeah, this is maybe something for different tutorial. Okay, so I hope you like this one, and yeah, this was no, I thought it will be a quicker one, but it's not so long. It's a little over half an hour. So, but I think this is not so boring to play with. So maybe I would love it if you show me results. So maybe you show me some results, what you do with this whole thing and what you're playing on. And I wish you all a wonderful weekend. And yeah, I will make another tutorial, I think tomorrow or maybe today. I don't know how I have time. And but yeah, for now that's it. I wish you all the best here from Austria, Vienna, and as always, if you have questions, if you have requests, if you have complaints, let me know. And yeah, if you want to support me on Patreon, link in the description. There you have a lot of Patreon files for all the project files and downloads, texture packs and whatever. And so yeah. And yeah, what to say? And if you say no, I don't want Patreon, but I want to donate you don't know, a coffee or a Potluso or something else, you can do so via PayPal, link in the description. So again, all the best hier from Austria, Vienna, und tschüss und baba.